Altcoin season is near, and what was a freaking token? Damn, how can I forget? PAL token gets LP burned. Welcome to today's live stream, everyone. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Today we're going to be talking about the quick market updates. It does seem like the market was very bearish in the beginning of the day, and it seems like the market has slightly picked up as we saw a market close on the stock market actually end a little bit green, right? It looked like the market reversed. Apparently today there was a CPI data coming out. I don't know how the data went, but it seems like a lot of people are actually taking this on pretty well. So how's it going, Happy? Hope you're having a good one. Thank you for being here on today's live stream. So it looks like the market is reacting really bullish for some reason. I don't know the full-on information. I will go ahead and get to know later on today as I get more update on the market. I was a little busy today, so I wasn't able to do too much research on what's going on, but I did know that a lot of people were waiting for today's news to go ahead and see and react how the market should be moving forward as of today. But one thing we are going to be looking at is going to be the technicals and see if anything has changed in the technicals and fundamentally, right? So welcome everybody. Hope all of you are having a good one. And with that being said, let's go ahead and minimize our screen because all of you are here to do some technical analysis. So we're going to go ahead and start looking into the charts. Let me go ahead and start shilling this with the community. So give me 1 second. Oops. I wasn't trying to do that. Let me go ahead and get everything set and ready. Meantime, we get some people tuning in onto the live stream, right? Awesome possum. Let me go ahead and pull out the live stream on my phone, see how we're doing. Okay, we are officially live. Great. Started a little too late today, huh? We did start a little too late today. Okay, so with all those that are watching pre-recorded, let's go ahead and talk about how the market's doing, right? Let's go ahead and refresh the fear and greed chart right now, looking at extreme levels of greed, 78, which we were last couple of days ago. So it does look like a lot of greed is coming into the market. We're seeing Solana right here slightly wanting to reverse and break past this resistance at the 104 area. Looking at the 4 hourly, full on, you know, Solana has been looking bearish in my opinion. We did lose a strong area of support around the 105. If we do want to see a continuation to the upside, we do want to go ahead and see Solana break past 106, 105 and hold above it to go ahead and see this thing continue to send back up. We are seeing the RSI right here getting ready to cross. So we are getting near some sort of major movement, right? So was this a fake out for Solana? I don't know. We'll go ahead and see. We do see a major head and shoulders pattern right here now that I'm witnessing that. And typically resistance does come back around the zone that we're in today. So we can't break above that zone. We are going to print a a head and shoulders pattern, and we could be resulting on Solana entering this range of around the $90 range, right? Which is not going to be too bullish for anybody that is longing Solana, right? So but it does seem like there is some volume coming back up into this space. We're going to go ahead and see how people react to it, and if this is actually a real move to the upside, or if this is just a complete fake out to go ahead and wreck the longs after getting them excited with the market today, right? So we're going to go ahead and see where things go moving forward. But I did point it out to possible scenarios of seeing Solana break past the 110, and we will definitely be approaching that 147 range. If not, if we continue to go ahead and go even lower, we could be expecting Solana to come back down within the range of around $50 to $60, right? So we're going to go ahead and see where things go moving forward with Solana. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin right now is above the range of around $51,000. We're also seeing this consolidation with Bitcoin at the moment. If we do lose this major area of support around the $50,000 range, we could be expecting Bitcoin to come back down all the way down to around the $48,000 before we do go ahead and continue to go up. But I do believe a short squeeze will be coming soon. I did talk about how Bitcoin had a very similar movement back here as well, where Bitcoin consolidated for roughly about, you know, anywhere between 9 to 7 days, depending on where you measure it from, before we had a major breakout. Let's just call it 8 to 9 days. And we're actually doing something very, very similar here as well, where we're on the 6th day. So we should be getting a little bit more confirmation by the end of the week on where the market is heading, right? So we're going to go ahead and see where things go moving forward, but definitely go ahead and keep our eyes on the market. It looks like the market's very, very slow right now. It looks like a lot of undecisiveness in the market, but also looking at the 4-hourly, it does look like Bitcoin's going to get ready to go ahead and break past through this area of resistance at around the 51,585, right? So we're going to go ahead and see how Bitcoin reacts to it. It looks like commodities are also taking a hit. We are seeing the DXY taking a hit as well, which is not something I was expecting, right? I did expect the DXY to reverse right here, and I was expecting a bloody market, which we did get, but overall it looks like the market should be pumping in the near couple days. How's it going, James? Hope you're having a good one. Glad to go ahead and have you here. I started this live stream a little late, right? So we don't have that many people live today. Hopefully we could go ahead and crank those numbers up. But yeah, it looks like I think, in my opinion, I think the market's not extremely bearish as of yet. We do see the Dow Jones actually end up on a green. We do see the NASDAQ US 100 also print a reversal at this nice area of support at around the 17,358, which means, in my opinion, we will be ending the freaking week really freaking strong. I think this is just a little shakeout in the market to go ahead and shake everybody out of their long positions and panic sell their positions, right? Obviously, if the US 100 does continue to dip, it's not going to look too good, but the market literally reversed at the end of a day, right? Which typically always happens when we have these major certain, you know, events in the world and people panic, they overreact, and then the market shakes up, and then the big players buy up the dip as usual, right? So I have been talking about a possible reversal coming soon and how very bullish I am of the market, despite the fact that everybody has been extremely negative, right, and bearish. So I got bad trades. We'll now sit on spot without trades. Time to just wait and add some good spots if there will be a dump. 100%, man. Right now, the market's really shaky. These are more liquidity grabs, right? So when the market's undecisive like this, you want to usually typically stay out of trades, right? Example, like right now, a lot of the meme tokens aren't really pumping as much. Right now, we are seeing a little bit of the meme tokens now pick up with today's news. As I mentioned, I don't know what's going on with today's news. I just heard that CPI data or something like that was coming out and people were scared. I guess it came out bullish. I don't know. I'm assuming some sort of bullish news came out that people felt extremely bullish about, and now we're seeing this meme coin space run back up, right? So we are seeing a few tokens like right now, like Nvidia, which is launched about an hour ago. It's pumping. We are seeing another token right here, Pepe run up over 1,000%, which is over 3 hours ago. So I do believe we will be seeing a little bit more momentum into the meme coin space of Solana. We haven't really been seeing much. The Solana space slightly has been going down these last couple of days. The thing is that the Solana meme tokens come and go, right? One day it could be extremely bullish, and then the next day is completely freaking bearish. So right now, these extreme levels of greed definitely tells us that the market is feeling very bullish, despite of the fact that the market is just showing really undecisiveness. But I do believe we're going to go ahead and end the week strong. As I mentioned, I will go ahead and do more research before I end the day today, before I go ahead and do the second live stream, to go ahead and see what's really going on behind the scenes, right? Why did the market pump? You know, are we finally going to start seeing this reversal? We are seeing a lot of red in the market, but nothing too bad, nothing to be scared about. We are seeing Jasmine up over 40%, which is insane. And if you are looking to go ahead and trade any of these tokens, make sure to check out BingX and MEXC. Both of these platforms are non-KYC platforms. And we also have Bybit being one of the best exchanges, and NordVPN offering 69% off with 3 months extra, right? So definitely go ahead and check it out. James says it was just boring evening. In one hand was beer and the other sniper moves on the wrong direction. Dude, I totally freaking feel you, man. Right now, during this time of the market, as you're seeing it also in the channel, when the market is not doing too well, people start to kind of hide, you know what I mean? Right now, we usually average, you know, anywhere between, you know, 10 to 13 watchers at times. And right now we're at 3 viewers. Like, what the heck, right? It could be, you know, numbers of reasons. Me starting the live stream late. Typically I never start the live stream this late. Typically it's around 12 to 1, and right now is already 2. That could be one of the reasons. The other reason could also be that people are just probably lost a lot of money these last couple of days or couple hours, probably shorting or whatever the case is, and we saw that major liquidity grab to the upside. So a lot of people were going short, and I was also saying, you know, go the opposite way. It looks like a short squeeze could happen, and I don't want to go ahead and get too excited of the market, but the fact that the market did end green on the stock market does identify and show us that this was just a fake out, and we will be seeing a continuation to the upside by the end of the week. And with that being said, talking about a continuation to the upside by the end of the week, we also did see one of the tokens that I've been talking about very, very heavily, and that I've been part of the community on as a moderator to go ahead and help. We do see PAL actually go ahead and release. You're going to be releasing a space today on Twitter, so definitely go ahead and check that out. That is something you do not want to go ahead and miss if you are a holder of PAL. And I also want to go ahead and mention about how they just did a 22.5 SOL and tokens added to LP, as you see right here. And they also went ahead and burned 22.5 SOL tokens burned. So that is a total of about 5K added to the LP and then burned, which is very, very bullish for PAL. As I mentioned, right now the market conditions are a little bit slow, so you're not seeing too much activity on these meme tokens. But from what I do know, PAL is working on a lot of things. They're working on a decentralized a DEX, if you want to call it a DEX, on their platform. So they're getting that worked on right now at the moment. I don't know when that will be released. Maybe by the end of the week, maybe next week. So that's a little alpha there for all of you. And Soul Trending will be also coming sometime this week as well, right? So it just really all depends on how the market's doing. The thing is that when you do marketing for a project and the market's not feeling too bullish, the marketing is going to be kind of a waste of money. It's not going to go anywhere. Or two, the market's really not going to react to it positively, right? So it's kind of a waste of money if you do something bullish and you spend a lot of money on marketing and then the market's not bullish. More than likely it's not going to do much, right? So right now with this burn and LP added, we are seeing a little bit more transactions coming in. We have been holding this area of support pretty well on PAL, and I do believe that this next breakout to the upside, we will go ahead and make new all-time highs, reaching towards that 1 million market cap, right? I did mention that the highest area that we hit when it went live, we hit 550,000 market cap, and we're very, very close as a community to go ahead and break through past that area of resistance, right? This token has been out for over a day and 15 hours, which is not typical for these meme tokens, right? Typically, these tokens don't last no more than 15 minutes, let alone hold an area of support pretty nicely for a day, right? So by the end of the week, I do expect more volatility coming into the Solana meme coin space, more bullishness into the market, and that will definitely go ahead and bring in more confidence into the Solana meme coins, right? And when that confidence starts coming up, I could assure you that the team will go ahead and get Soul Trending, right? From what they said, they were saying that they are just waiting for better market conditions, and as the market continues to pick up, which we should get by the end of the week, as I mentioned, probably by tonight, we should go ahead and get a little bit more of an understanding where the market's heading. Soul Trending an additional freaking callers will get called, right? The team is sitting on over $20,000 to go ahead and spend on marketing, right? So the team is freaking ready, bro. They're just waiting to go ahead and deploy that capital to pump the project, but the market conditions are not looking the best yet, right? So if they deploy, let's say, Soul Trending or any major marketing, as we saw these last couple days, even with some callers, it might bring a little bit of volatility, but it's not going to do too well, right? So if the market's good, you know, people are feeling a little bit more degenerate, and we get Soul Trending plus more callers, you know, people are more likely going to go ahead and push the project to break past resistance, right? So with that being said, definitely go ahead and check out Pal World. This is a token that is inspired by the game Pal World, which I've actually been playing these last couple of days. I literally, actually not last couple of days, I literally just got the game like a few days ago, and I just started playing yesterday. So definitely go ahead and check it out. I just provided the link on Deck Screener. But yeah, James says, I think Soul memes with scams made a lot of haters on meme coins. I better put in render or beam than a meme coin at this moment. Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to go ahead and feel risky. Typically, when the risk on behavior starts to go ahead and come, that's when people are willing to go ahead and put their money on the meme coins. But right now, people are really undecisive and they don't know where things are going. Typically, as I mentioned, with meme coins, it's bullish when Solana is actually down, because it actually takes the dominance from Solana into the meme coins. So I do also expect, now that we're seeing a little bit more bullish momentum, which is actually quite weird, right? Are we going to go ahead and see this continuation to the upside on Solana, or are we going to go ahead and see a fall down even further? So it's the market. Sometimes these indicators help, sometimes they don't, because as I mentioned, typically when Solana dominance goes down, as Solana falls, meme tokens go up. But right now, everybody's kind of shaked up on the market and are not too sure of whether to long or short the market. It seems like a lot of people are panicking, and we are in this extreme greed. So I do think that as soon as we get the short squeeze happening with Bitcoin, a lot of people are going to be more bullish, and that's where I do believe a lot of these altcoins will also begin to take off, right? So it's all about positioning yourself, whether that's on leverage or on spots. Right now with leverage, obviously it's super risky. We're seeing a lot of these fake outs in the market, just like we saw these last couple days, right? I think it was a fake out in the market, and it is going to go ahead and push. As I mentioned, stock market recovered pretty quickly. By the end of the day, we are seeing the DXY losing or on this area of support. So regardless of the fact, you know, the DXY has been down for the last couple days. So we're going to go ahead and see where this market goes moving forward. With that being said, I also do have some news that I am going to go ahead and go over with a few tokens. So if you're still watching this live stream right now, definitely go ahead and stay. I will go ahead and talk about all these important indicators and factors into the market. But yeah, that's the market seems a little better now, and that's just due to the fact that we had Monday off, which was President's Day, which I wasn't aware of, which kind of made the market very slow. So we should be getting a pick back in the market, right? We should go ahead and be getting this market slightly pick up. Even when you go on these Solana meme coins, not much is pumping. As I said, the latest token that I'm seeing pump right now, that I'm in a very small position, is on Nvidia. So it looks like this thing's going to be getting ready to break and make new all-time highs. A lot of volatility is coming in. So when we start to see this kind of activity, where we're seeing a lot of this buying pressure in this market, it's definitely indicating that a lot of new meme tokens are going to come out, right? And typically, you also have to keep in mind that when these meme tokens are out as well, and the market in general doesn't do too well during the US hours, right? The US hours is probably like the worst time to freaking trade, man. I've noticed that during US hours is usually the time I get freaking wrecked and I lose a lot of money. So I have a tendency to trade into a lot of my positions in Asian time and leading into London session, right? So for me personally, that's what I found. It's the best time to go ahead and trade, the best volume, and the best momentum when it comes to the space, right? It seems like typically a lot of people love to trade when the Americans are asleep, and then they dump on the Americans as they're waking up, right? That's what I've noticed a lot in this space of crypto. So for me personally, I don't like to trade during the US market. Usually that time I like to go ahead and just do research or go ahead and work on other things in the background while I wait for these positions to set up, right? So I do expect a lot of volatility coming in the next couple hours. Asian Asian session is going to go on in about 2 more hours we have left for Asian session, and then we have London session in about a little bit over 10 hours, right? Which typically in the meme coin space, that's usually when a lot of these meme tokens pump. They pump during the London session. Usually when a token goes live during the US session, it doesn't do too well. It's a hit or miss. You know, they either have a really good way to go ahead and pump the token from the beginning, or the token just kind of slowly dies off. But most tokens die off during the US market. So that's why for me personally, I don't like to trade any of these meme coins during the US time. I like to trade them at night as people from other countries are waking up, right? So how's it going, Dinero? Hope you're having a good one, man. James says, how do you think Jasmine will go up, or finally will it dump? I don't really know too much, man. I know Jasmine, a lot of people have been talking about it for like forever, dude, like literally for the past 6 months, and it's great to finally see Jasmine do something. It looks like I know there was a lot of people that were super bullish on Jasmine, and you know, they've been talking about $1. I heard it's like a Chinese token. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know what the utility behind Jasmine is, but I know there's like literally a cult community behind Jasmine of how bullish people feel. I mean, this token has really only done a 2x, bro. Nothing too amazing in my opinion. These are kind of potential possibilities you could find on meme tokens. Yeah, you know, this is a little bit more of a safer alternative. Obviously, a short squeeze happened here, and that's the reason why I pumped over 200%. And 200% with leverage is actually a lot of freaking money. So I do not want to go ahead and say a 2x is not a lot. If you're trading spot, is not too much, but if you're trading with leverage, it is a lot of freaking money. And if you are looking to go ahead and trade on leverage, check out BingX and MEXC. Both of these platforms are non-KYC platforms, all right? But right now, I wouldn't really recommend, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't recommend leverage trading right now unless you're entering a position in and out. But right now, with how the market's moving, I would go ahead and just stay in the sidelines, have my money ready, and start deploying my capital into spot if that's what you're looking for. And if you're looking for meme tokens, I would recommend anything on the Ethereum network blockchain. You should go ahead and start deploying capital. As far as Solana meme coins, it's really a hit or miss, right? I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're willing to go ahead and feel a little bit more degenerate and you're trying to time the market ahead of time, right? If this narrative where meme tokens do take off in the next coming days and you invest now, you're gonna eat and make a lot of freaking money, right? But if it goes the opposite way and the trade doesn't go in our favor, we're going to get wrecked and we're going to lose a lot of money, right? So this is something you have to go ahead and keep in mind. I mean, we're seeing a lot of these Ethereum tokens also pump. We're seeing Marvin, as I talked about these yesterday, has done already over a 7x. And this is just because Ethereum touched $3,000, right? So a lot of the Ethereum tokens usually do a lot better than Solana meme coins. Solana meme coins, it's more of a hit or miss on the community just because people sell for pennies or sell at losses. And when it comes to Ethereum, I've noticed more people are willing to go ahead and hold on to their bags than any other blockchain, in my opinion. So right now, the market's not looking the best. I know a lot of people ask me, hey, John, how do you feel about AMC and GameStop? I mean, honestly, GameStop hasn't really been doing much. I feel like GameStop kind of slowly has been dying. I'm sorry to say. I don't like to go ahead and say that. I wanted to make videos these last couple days on GameStop, but I waited for the market conditions to get better, right? Is the project still going to come back? I think the GME and AMC narrative are still back. I just think it's going to take a while before they actually come back and there's more interest, right? And that's going to happen as soon as we start getting a lot of these other meme coins pumping. We're definitely going to go ahead and see a reversal, but GME is holding this area of support pretty well. So we're going to go and see where things go with GME. In order for GME to be bullish, I would want to see a break above this area of resistance right here at the zone. Let me go ahead and head over to a different chart. So we are seeing NVIDIA right now literally pumping, sending a freaking God candle to the moon. Typically, when we see this consolidation, we see two things, right? We see new all-time highs being made, or we start to go ahead and see freaking new lows being created as well, right? This is typically when it's a make or break for a project, right? Typically, a lot of the projects either make it past this area of resistance or they usually die, right? So I do expect NVIDIA to probably be a little bit over 3 million in my opinion. If we do get this breakout at around 900,000 market cap, I do expect this thing to break past pretty well. I threw in a little bit of SOL in there, not too much, only like 0.30, which is, you know, anywhere anywhere between 40 bucks, I think. So it's not too much, but if this thing does break to, you know, the 3 million, I will be making a nice little 2 to 3x, which is going to be a little nice lunch money to have, about 200 bucks, you know, turning $40 into $200 or about so in the next couple hours is not too bad. But that's only if it does break and hold above this. As I mentioned, I do expect a little bit more volatility coming into the meme coin sector. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about GameStop. So let me go ahead and take a look at GameStop, what their chart is doing. I like using Deck Screener. I prefer Photon, but I like Deck Screener just because it's also cleaner, a little bit more simplified to look at, right? So yeah, with GME, not much has been going on. We need to go ahead and see a break past this. I see what area of resistance we're really struggling with. So an area of resistance we're really struggling about is around this 23 million market cap. So we do want to see big GME break past this 23 million market cap. But honestly, GME's actually looking bullish, man. It's looking pretty bullish in my opinion. It looks like it's consolidating, and as long as we don't lose the support at 14 million. As long as we don't fall below, you know, 12.66 million, we should be bullish, right? We are consolidating the zone, so I do expect a major reversal for GME and AMC too. Now, the only problem is with these two projects is that two things could go ahead and happen, right? We go ahead and see a quick reversal halfway through, so we might see GME go from 15 million market cap all the way as high as 63 million market cap, and then it's going to dump and it's completely dead. Or we're going to see scenario number two, where GME finally has hit its bottom, and then we just see it make new all-time highs, resulting in over 100+ million market cap, right? Its all-time high was at around a 99.78 million. So if this is the bottom for GME, I said two scenarios could happen. We could either top around 50 million market cap and the token's completely dead and the narrative is done, or we make new all-time highs, right? So, and the reason why I say that is because typically when we see reversals, we're going to see a lot of people take profits or make money from this bottom to this top, which if you go ahead and measure from this bottom to this top, a lot of this is going to be about a nice little 4 to 5x, right? Which a lot of people are going to be taking advantage of and taking profits. And then a lot of people that bought around within this range right here, a lot of them are going to break even, or the ones that bought at the top are going to go ahead and cut their losses, right? So that's why typically sometimes when we do see these reversals, we either see a token take off because the narrative is so bullish that everybody that sells right here, people are going to buy and re-enter, the bigger whales enter, or they go ahead and exit their positions and the token's dead, right? Same narrative with AMC as well. AMC does move with GME, so we did see a very similar move with AMC as well. But the thing is, with AMC, we have dumped a lot. I mean, look at that liquidity. Now we're down to $86,000 of liquidity. It's just not the same narrative. I'm telling you, like, the thing is with Solana, it's like the narratives could be super strong and so can the community, but at the end of the day, the people that trade on Solana are just the people that are always going to dump their tokens, right? With this kind of low liquidity and market cap, we typically see a lot of manipulation for the bigger whales, right? A lot of whales just playing around. And the thing is that since it was a community driven project, there just really wasn't much, you know, the AMC team that was pushing it, the community team, was able to do, right? It was a kind of like left for the bigger whales, and the whales had the more control. Whoever had the most supply controlled the chart, right? And that's kind of the problem that we had with AMC, with no developer being on hand, and it just being a fully community driven project. And that's kind of the issue. You know, a lot of people go ahead and help push the project, break even in their positions, or sell at a loss or profit. And then the rest of the people, the real believers, are either left holding a bag that's never going to recover because the narrative's dead, or two, they're going to go ahead and make a lot of freaking money for sticking to the narrative, right? But with Solana tokens, is typically always a downfall with a lot of these projects, no matter how bullish the narrative is. From my experience and from what I've noticed, typically they die off after, you know, the 3-day period or within the 1-day period. As I mentioned, a lot of these projects don't last no more than 15 minutes. Dinero, what's up, John? How's it going? Got a potential 10x SOL for you. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and check out the 10x SOL project. So yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and do an update on all of that. Interesting. What was his freaking all-time high on this? This thing hit over 52 million? That's insane. Yeah, I think this is going to pump. I think this is freaking bullish, man. Good play. I'm definitely going to save this one. Let's go ahead and look into the contract. I think right now with the narrative of AI, I think this is definitely going to go ahead and do some numbers on it, right? Because I know the whole entire narrative with AI has been going. So let's go ahead and see where things go for this. Let's go ahead and look into the smart contract and see what's going on with the smart contract. AI, let's see, 2 months ago, that's really good. Top 10 holders hold 21%, which is not too bad. So it definitely looks like there's still some people holding on to a nice percentage. Is a contract renounced? Yeah, it is renounced. Mint, no. Liquidity burned. All-time high was 52 million, so it did a 2,385x. That's insane. So that's over a 285%. Or is it? Or is it more? 2,385x. So that's actually a 2,000x? That's insane, dude. So that's about... Yeah, that's insane. So it's not a 20x, I think. Is it a 20x? No. Dude, I can't think of... No, that's not a 20x. That's more... I think it's a 200x. That's insane, dude. That is freaking insane. Ready to run. Okay, look at Octavia VIA. Yeah, man, of course. Can you go ahead and provide the smart contract for me? You can go ahead and provide the smart contract like Dinero. It's really good because not only does it make it a lot easier for me to find it, but it also helps anybody watching this live stream to go ahead and analyze a project themselves and buy it. That's kind of the benefit when it comes to these live streams. Like you're kind of shilling for your own bag, right? So it's highly recommended to go ahead and do that. I think it's a good way to support one another, right? I have a topic to talk about. Plus, you get to shill your bag. We all win, man. We're all here to make money. Yeah, I definitely will be grabbing a bag on this, man. This is really freaking bullish. So I'm going to go ahead and save the contract on this, and I'm going to go ahead and start looking into this myself because this is going to pump, man. This is going to pump. I want to know how much volume they have actually performed these last couple minutes. Yeah, but this thing's going to rip, bro. This thing's going to freaking just skyrocket. And it's going to go back to these levels. This thing's going to freaking do a reversal. That's a good play, Dinero. I appreciate you, man. I'm definitely going to go ahead and do a call on this shortly. So let me go ahead and make it. Let me actually go ahead and do it right now. I am looking for my NVIDIA position to break. NVIDIA is going to freaking pump, I think. I think it's going to break past 2-3 mil. Cross our fingers, but I am looking to go ahead and probably double to triple my small little bag that I have. Like I said, I only have 40 bucks, right? Most of my holdings right now is on PAL, so I'm still holding on to this pretty well. We are at 186,000 market cap, so I'm hoping we could go ahead and break this area of resistance by tonight, right? That's the goal, that PAL could go ahead and break past this, and we should be mooning to 1 million market cap, in my opinion, next. So we'll see where things go for PAL as well. But I do think a lot of whales are going to be loading up on this in the next couple hours. And let me go ahead and start doing a little call on this. I just went ahead and I did that. All right, there you go. I just went ahead and I posted it on my TG group, and I posted it on Discord. We'll see where things go, right? We'll see where things go. Obviously, I kind of don't benefit out of making these calls. I'm not getting paid to make these calls, but I think it's good to just go ahead and give the opportunity to other people to see if they want to see value, right? I don't say I call every freaking project. I've called a decent amount of projects, but a decent amount of projects have been complete rugs and scams as soon as I enter, right? So none of it is financial advice. It's solely just me looking for other positions. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I don't hit. It's like I would probably call it, it's like a 90% chance that the plays I call out lose and like a 10% chance that they hit. But the ones that hit, freaking hit, bro. So always enter with a small bag, and don't get too greedy, because that's how I lost a lot of money, putting in a fat bag in the beginning and then just getting wrecked with the market, right? So just be very careful. Solana meme tokens are literally just freaking pure gambles, man. If you're feeling degenerate to want to gamble and you have that itch to like go to the casino, go to freaking deck screener and trade some Solana meme coins, because that's the closest you'll literally get to the casino, bro. You're literally just betting on black or red. No one, unless you have insider information, could guarantee you a pump, right? So these tokens, even with TA, out the door, man. But I could tell you literally a handful of tokens that I've called 20 to 30 X's back to back, but it's all a number of probabilities, right? It's never, ever guaranteed. So whatever position I call out or I'm looking at, if you lose, I lose money too, right? So we're both losing. If I win, we're all winning together. So just keep in mind, I don't have any extra exclusive information that I'm getting that's going to guarantee a pump, right? So just be very cautious with a lot of these degenerate plays. Thereto, appreciate you streaming every day, bro. We are here to win. I appreciate you, man. How can I buy that Sol Mega token? What is Sol Mega token, bro? Let's go ahead and see what Crypto V just went ahead and shilled us. Thanks for the comments, by the way, Crypto V. I've been seeing you a lot on my channel lately. I really do appreciate you a lot. Octavia. I remember this token, bro. What did I hear this from? I can't remember who called this token. How long ago was it? Oh, a day ago. No, then I'm tripping. I could have sworn there was another token called Octavia. So this is a top three right now on BSC, Binance Smart Chain. Interesting. Let's go ahead and see deck screener for this. Dude, literally since we talked about AI right here, this thing's pumping. Like straight up. Straight up. It's a good little call right there, man. A day ago. 5 million market cap. Yeah, it looks like a major cup and handle patterns forming in the smaller time frames, which is getting ready for a breakout to the upside. I mean, we're seeing that right now. As I mentioned, you know, keep technical analysis with a grain of salt with meme tokens, because sometimes when they don't play out, they freaking get demolished. But if they do play out, you know, it typically the upside is super freaking massive. So we could be seeing Octavia hit over $1.20 in the next coming weeks if we do continue to see some sort of bullish momentum. Circulating supply is at 8.7 million. Market cap is at 5.47. Liquidity at 443,000. 4,000 holders. Volume at 893,000. Total supply at 100 million. Circulating supply is very bad, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Inflation's terrible on that. It's at 8.75. Typically, you don't want to get anything under 70 from what I heard. But this token could probably be worth, you know, holding on to for a few trades, and then, you know, leaving a small little moon back just due to the fact of the circulating supply, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and check out their website, see what they have there. Meta Octavia Assistant. So they're trading on MEXC as well, which is yesterday. It looks like they started trading on MEXC, Gate.io, and PancakeSwap. So if you're looking to go ahead and load up on Octavia, check out BingX and MEXC. Both of these platforms are non KYC. If you need a VPN for the reason of navigating the space of Web 2 and Web 3, check out NordVPN, offering 69% off with 3 months extra. But this is freaking insane, man. I like to go ahead and see this. So it looks like it's we're seeing this kind of user request right here. Buy me $500 in Bitcoin if you detect good news. So That's pretty cool, man. That's really, really freaking cool. So the AI narrative is back. We've been talking about this AI narrative since forever, man. We've been talking about it since back in October and July, how the AI and gaming narrative was going to be super, super big, and positioning yourself in the metaverse and the DeFi space was also going to be big. So we've been able to call that too. So you have some pretty big partners, you know. DuckDAO is a pretty big venture capital. And Pool Ventures is one too as well. Which other one? Gains Associations. I think they changed their name, but their name used to be Wells, I believe, or something like that. A lot of these venture capitals left because of the last bull run that we had. A lot of them failed. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of these venture capitals being back. So that's probably the reason why Octavia actually has pumped a lot, is due to the fact that they have a lot of big players in a game with them, helping them push this to the upside. So really, really cool to see, you know. We're going to go ahead and see where this market goes. But what wallet do I need? What wallet do you need? That AI? You're going to need Binance Smart Chain, man. So you're going to have to download MetaMask, and you're going to go ahead and have to add the Binance Smart Chain, which is the BEP20. BEP20. I haven't played with Binance tokens in forever, dude. But if you want to buy it, they are on MEXC, so they're offering spot, bro. So you're buying spot, you could go ahead and buy Octavia on MEXC, which is really cool. So for anybody that, you know, it wants, you know, doesn't want to go through the struggle of buying on a DEX like PancakeSwap or 1inch, and you want something a little bit more efficient on a centralized exchange, I would recommend MEXC. Octavia, you could go ahead and trade it, and it's non-KYC as well. So it's pretty much like you're using, you know, your wallet on the DeFi space with MEXC. It's no KYC, so I think it's very, very bullish in my opinion. But check out that. Now let's go over some quick little news right here that I have for Bitcoin and a few other tokens that we could go ahead and talk about. We're seeing that the altcoins today, the NVIDIA earnings are higher anticipated by the market. It's very important to stress on the GPU shortage we are currently experiencing in the world. GPUs power not only 3D rendering, but the next gen games, but they also are crucial for AI applications. Coin that are highly profitable benefit from the narrative. Render, Akash, and a low cap GPU. Render is a top one cap project in this category. Safe bet, but lowest return. Market cap 3.2 billion. Akash network is a mid cap play in the GPU narrative. Market cap is 860 million, and GPU Node AI is a GPU powering renting network offering multiple pricing plans for everyday users. They are offering renting for A1's RTXs, 3090s, and more. Market cap is 4 million. So this is actually quite interesting. I really would want to go ahead and see where Node AI, this is important, bro. Like, you can make so much freaking passive income when it comes to projects like this, like providing a node and helping out with a node, mining. Like, dude, this is the best way you make a lot of passive income, right? But the problem with that, you need to go ahead and have a decent amount of money for your passive income to work for you, right? So I really want to know, what is this Node AI? I think it's called Node AI on this. So probably should do a video on this Node AI. I'm way behind a lot of content, man. I'm super behind content. Even if I put Node AI, it's not coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I need to tell my researcher to provide the smart contract. It's really difficult when you're looking from and doesn't have any of this on. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the currently trending narrative ETH layer 2 scaling solution. So I could assume, obviously, with Ethereum gas prices and all of that, a lot of these tokens are also going to go ahead and take off. Metis, we've been talking about Metis, so we're seeing the chart is looking really good for a lot of these tokens. Alpha, I know Alpha was one that a lot of you were super, super bullish on as well. So a lot of these tokens are getting ready for another breakout to the upside very, very massively. So keep that in mind. I'm going to try to see if I could find that information, that GPU token, because that is extremely bullish in my opinion. I think that's one of the best ways to go ahead and be exposed to passive income early on if you catch the project. So it seems like this is the reason why this narrative on this token NVIDIA is actually pumping, is due to the fact of that earnings report that they had today. We are falling down support, so it's not looking too good. But typically we have a lot of these fake outs sometimes, where a lot of these whales shake up the weak hands and they push it down to the area of support before they do a major breakout to the upside. So we'll see how it goes. Volume is not the same as we had the last couple hours ago. So also looks like it's kind of forming a head and shoulders pattern on that, but we'll see and come back to this play, and hopefully we could go ahead and throw a little bit more of that degen money somewhere else. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the second post right here that I have, or article, whatever you want to call it. What is it? Vanity's Bitcoin spot ETF volume has spiked by 14x. Cool. Vanguard will start to offer Bitcoin ETFs over time as he rejected in January. Cool, really don't care. Global money supply looking like it wants to go to price discovery, aka risk assets go up. So this is actually quite interesting, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what this is, and this actually caught my interest, right? This is the information we want to go ahead and focus on. Why? Because I just told all of you, risk on behavior is going to be coming soon. This is the reason why I'm talking about altcoins. This is the reason why I said altcoin season is near. Start investing into meme coins, something I would normally not say. Investing in meme coins, yeah, I would never say that, bro. That those two words should not go together, right? Meme coins are total freaking gambles, and so are a lot of these altcoins, right? But when I come across articles like this or tweets like this from pretty big influencers, or people in the tech field, or whatever the case is, right here, do you see this? I don't know who this guy is, but he's probably something big. I don't know. It looks like he has a lot of activity, but look what this guy is saying. Anybody else notice that global money supply appears to be going onto the price discovery? And as we just talked about, this usually shows that risk on behavior is going to start coming in, right? As we saw right here with this breakdown back in 2019, as we saw this massive pump to the upside, we're seeing a very similar pattern, right? So it's not really so much that I'm pulling this out of my back, with this information that altcoin season is here and I'm trying to, create some panic. I'm just trying to bring some awareness. So by the time altcoin season actually comes, you were already prepared, right? So a lot of people are not going to they're going to ignore this, right? There's not going to be a lot of people watching this video that we're talking about today, right? This live stream, not that many people. So a lot of people are going to miss out as I continue to give these warnings, as I have time and over again, calling a lot of these tops, calling a lot of these bottoms. And I do expect that we will be seeing that altcoin season coming, right? Coinbase International hit 1 billion in daily trading volume for the first time. So that's freaking insane. Custodial Bitcoin Lightning wallet Exodus shuts down all operations on the US. So that's freaking insane, man. I remember using Exodus back in the day. Unavailable in the US, withdraw funds. Our Lightning provider is no longer available in the US due to regulatory reasons. That's insane, man. That is interesting. That is really interesting to hear and see. I meant to see, dude. There's like freaking helicopters roaming around near where I live, dude. It's freaking military helicopters. Like, it definitely tells us that we're getting ready for freaking war, man. I've been hearing these freaking as of lately, dude, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some sort of freaking major like war event coming in the next coming days. Watch. Bitcoin inflow accumulation addresses have reached all-time high. I guess that's pretty cool. All realistic all-time targets set by official Bitcoin account at $148,000. That's actually quite interesting, right? I did say that I do believe we will be seeing, after this halving leading into 2025, seeing Bitcoin hit as high as $80,000 to $120,000, right? I even said possibly $180,000. It looks like right now they're projecting at $148,000 being the top for Bitcoin, which is about 4.2x. So if you actually notice, it looks like, the Bitcoin is getting smaller and smaller when it comes to you making money, right? We do see back over here, we went as high from 5.7x to a 93.1x to a 3.4x, down to up to a 30x, down to a 2.7x, 7.8x. And from here, it's only about a 4.2x for us to reach those levels, right? So Bitcoin's not getting as exciting as a lot of people thought. And the times of you making money on Bitcoin were back over here in 2017 and below, into this market from moving forward from 2019 and moving forward the probabilities of you making big money on Bitcoin start to decrease. It's like you're only making about a 1 or 2x now, right? So we'll see where things go, but Bitcoin short-term outlook still ranging between the 52.8 thousand and 50.8K zone. So if we do go ahead and see Bitcoin lose this area of support, we are going to go ahead and be extremely bearish. If not, we're reclaiming this bullishness and we are going to be breaking to the upside, retesting and touching $57,000 range, right? So we do see Stark tokens have been claimed by users, 220, awesome. I didn't know there was an airdrop to that. And let's see what else we could go ahead and see about. So we have some Jasmine TA right here. Trading altcoin Jasmine. Jasmine is a Japanese company that offers blockchain and IoT solutions for business. All right, so that makes sense. So that's the reason why I guess Jasmine's pretty bullish. I've been noticing a lot of these crypto tokens have been like Web2 narratives, I guess. Like instead of these companies raising funds, through venture capitals, now they're doing it through their own tokens. I think it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool, but quite interesting to say the least. Let's go ahead and see what other information we have. And the Ethereum whale bought 65 ETH worth 188 million. A graph showing the most influential crypto events during the history of Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Short-term holders are increasing as long-term holders are decreasing. So that's actually quite interesting. More than 400 million tokens have been claimed for Stark, whatever. Japanese caveat allows Bitcoin and crypto for investment by venture capitals. MicroStrategy crossing the 12 billion market cap, close to qualifying for the S&P 500. Really cool. I don't know how that's bullish, but pretty cool, I guess. So let's go ahead and see what Dan has to say right here and read this really quick, because I think this is probably one of the most interesting tweets we've seen so far. For the most, 2022 and 2023, all kinds of rare, crazy bad things were happening. One in a generational type of thing. I wouldn't say that, but whatever. A very important theme now is absence of bad things. My full thoughts are here. I'll summarize below. The swings in global macro markets generally were beyond history. 2022 was the worst year on record for U.S. bond investors. It was also the worst year for classic 60-40 stock and 40 bond portfolios since the Great Depression. Blockchain markets were hit with a plunge. Mega crazy things like 5 million person crime by Sam Bankman-Fried, leverage at half a dozen lending institutions. In my opinion, there are once in a generation type weird things. Nobody's going to be lending to leverage crypto hedge funds without collateral and no transparency again for another 10 or 15 years. Having seen 25 years of cycle, I do not know that somebody's going to do it again in the next generation. Below is a visual of the wave of what many believe to be catastrophic events in blockchain history. So I remember this. I saw actually a documentary about MEXC, freaking crazy. You guys should go ahead and check that out in Netflix. Bitfinex. I guess Bitfinex went down in 2016. I didn't even know that. Jamie Dimon, Bitcoin is hyped up fraud. I remember that. Index of money laundering. That's freaking funny, man. 9 Bitcoin ETFs rejected on the 2018. And then crackdown on ICOs. I remember that, dude. 2017, ICOs were a big thing, right? 2020, we had the Ripple case, Terra Luna 2021, and then 2022, FTX Celsius, 3 Arrows Capital, SVB, which SVB was Silicon Valley Bank, which affected a lot in the tech sector for Silicon Valley, right? A lot of these early companies that were banking with SVB, which a lot of them were, a big percentage of them. That's where we saw a lot of major tech layoffs. But yeah, it looks like we are running into these bank runs again, and we will be continuing to see a lot of these major banks and smaller banks crash. We've been seeing that as of lately. If any of you keep your ears open, there has been some banks that have been going down. You know, there's one in like New York something that went down recently, down over like 60% of their stock because they didn't have enough money for what, you know, I don't want to tell you wrong information, but some bank was also going down with that. Let me try to see if I could pull it up. New York bank stock. And this was literally a few weeks ago, right? And a lot of people are not aware of this information, right? 3 weeks ago, New York Community Bank Corp. U.S. bank stocks sink after New York Community Bank Corp cuts the dividends, right? And they cut the dividends because they couldn't afford it, pretty much. And that brought a lot of scarcity. And this stock dropped over 40%, right? So this is not good. And this is what we're going to continue to see. We're going to see a lot of smaller branches, which I'm sure is not that small, but it looks like they had reported a surprise loss. Surprise! We lost 252 million last quarter. Like, dude, how is that freaking a surprise? You know, it's like, what's going on with these banks, bro? People don't question any of this information. Look, on Wednesday, the regional leader reported a surprise loss of 252 million last quarter. You can't make this. What do you mean it's a surprise loss, bro? Compared to a 172 million profit in the fourth quarter of 2022, the company reported 552 million in loan losses, a steep increase from 62 million prior than last quarter. So this is freaking insane, right? So this is just one of the banks out of the many banks that are out there that are getting freaking affected because people cannot pay their cars or mortgages or loans back. And these banks are really getting hit, bro. And especially the smaller banks are going to get eaten up by the bigger corporations, right? Bank of America has been cutting down a lot of their locations. And I do see a lot of people are saying Bank of America is going to be the one next on the bank runs, right? So I'm not here to scare anybody, but just be aware of what's going on. What else are we seeing right here? 560 billion property warning hits banks from New York to Tokyo. The U.S. commercial real estate market has been in a turmoil since the onset of the 19. See, look, you know, what we had in the scandemic back in 2019, you know, it was actually quite good. You know, there's a lot of free money into the market. Everybody was making money. Unemployment was freaking high, but yet there was a lot of money to be thrown. And right now we're barely going through the circumstances of what happened, right? We're barely getting the effect, and people do not realize that. Like, the effect is coming, bro. A lot of people are going to be losing their houses, their cars. They're not going to be able to pay their credit cards, their loans. We're going to see bank runs happen, and we're going to have to see the Federal Reserve come in and save them. And for New York Bank, guess who didn't come and save them? The Federal Reserve. So this is just a sign that a lot of these bigger banks are going to be buying out the smaller banks. I've been seeing that with my local small bank, right? I work with, I don't work with them, but, you know, I have an account with U.S. Bank. And U.S. Bank actually bought out another bank, you know, and this is what we're seeing. When these smaller banks start to collapse, the bigger players that are going to be growing, they're going to be buying out these smaller banks. But with that being said, there's going to be bank runs. And what we saw last year with SVB, where we saw a lot of these Republic Bank collapse, we saw over 10 banks collapse last year, dude. Last year, 10 banks collapse. So imagine what this year brings us. I think we're probably going to have triple of those numbers coming soon. And we're going to be seeing the card market get hit even more. The retail market hit even more. Retail right now, it's talking about, you know, it's being very slow. The numbers were lower than expected, as they usually say, and they're surprised that people are not, you know, consuming. There's not a lot of consumers right now, right? And that's all due to the fact that we have inflation. So there's a lot of things to go ahead and keep in mind. But as the economy gets worse, the markets are going to go higher. That's my opinion. You can go ahead and say that it's not. But we could be expecting a lot of volatility moving forward until 2025. So we'll see how the market reacts in the next coming hours. As I mentioned, fear and greed chart, I would definitely want to see where things go. I do believe this market is going to end on a green by the end of this week, in my opinion. And we are waiting for Bitcoin to make that major move. No areas of resistance on Bitcoin passing. Once Bitcoin passes $53,000, it's going to run up to $57,000 with no hesitation. $57,000 being the resistance, in my opinion. And once we hit that resistance, we could be starting altcoin season and then leading into meme coin season into April, right? So just go ahead and keep that in mind. Do not over leverage. Wait for those positions to come your way. And if you're looking to go ahead and trade the market, as I always mention, check out BingX and MEXC. Both of these platforms are non KYC. And if you need a VPN, check out NordVPN, offering 69% off. How's it going, Bernie? Hope you're having a good one. Thoughts on Starneck, worth a long? I just been hearing a lot of hype on Start, and I think the problem right now is that it was a project that was airdropped, and I wouldn't recommend it right now. Just because I don't even know what the ticker symbol is, STRK. Dude, I'm hearing military helicopters outside of my freaking house just roaming by. It's because there's like a few military bases nearby, not too close. It's a couple hours, like maybe, you know, a few hours from where I'm at, but pretty hot area. I can hear the freaking military helicopters pass by, dude. Been hearing them like that for the past like 3-4 days. Last week I heard a whole bunch, bro, and now we're seeing like all these news about these attacks coming or something like that. So it's got to keep your eyes and your ears open at all times, dude. I don't know why my camera is freaking. Jonathan, how's it going, bro? Hope you're having a good one, bro. You're good, my guy. I started a little late. Okay, there you go. I'm all good, bro. Nearly 11 p.m. here. Hope you're good. I'm doing good, man. Long time no see, Bernie. What you been up to? Market's very slow, huh, man? Let's see. I don't know why my internet's not freaking working, man. This is a typical problem I have. Yeah, but not looking at the charts with Stark. Wait, we can see it now. Surprised MEXC is not on there, dude. Okay, but looking at the charts with Stark, I wouldn't long any positions just yet. See, typically when we see airdrop tokens happen, we usually always see a massive sell-off, right? This could be maybe the reversal. We could be seeing probably this double bottom pattern and possibly maybe a cup and handle pattern right here forming for a breakout. We are seeing the RSI cross, but I think this is a little risky in my opinion. I mean, one of the tokens that I could go ahead and talk about that did kind of good and then kind of faded away was WEN token, right? For example, WEN token was super overly hyped, and I remember I got airdropped some of these tokens, and in the beginning when it first launched, it dumped. It actually dumped for literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's say almost like 2 weeks, I think. But let's go ahead and see. Yeah, about 2 weeks before I had a major reversal, right? Another token was Jupiter. I think Jupiter did the same thing, initial dump to the downside. Let's go ahead and check. I know Jupiter's freaking crazy, dude. Jupiter actually did the opposite, man. I'm surprised. Jupiter actually went up. It has been actually slightly, it's slightly decreasing. So it went up from where it was at its all-time high at around 70 cents down to 45 cents. So typically when you see these airdrops, I usually wouldn't want to touch them. You usually want to be selling them if you got the airdrops, but most people will claim them and then they'll sell them before you see a reversal, unless this is the bottom for Stark. But for me personally, I wouldn't buy. But if you're feeling bullish about it, then, you know, throw in some money and cross your fingers and hope and see what happens, you know. But typically that's what we see with a lot of these airdrops. I'd be more scared of Biden running the U.S. rather than World War III. Bro, World War III is going on right now, man. I could assure you that there's going to be a World War III. Right now, the U.S. has just talked about how Ukraine is not winning the war with Russia, which is to no surprise to many of us, right? The war has been going on for how many years? And the U.S. just announced a few days ago that they're going to be helping Ukraine out on the war. I'm not sure if they're going to go ahead and help them out physically. I'm assuming maybe through weapons. They're probably going to go ahead and send them some money. And ask yourself, where is the U.S. going to go ahead and come out with this money? Well, you guessed it right. They're going to go ahead and turn on the freaking money printer and start printing money to go ahead and start sending it over to Ukraine to help them win the war. Yeah, guess who's going to pay for it? Well, you and I, the people, are going to pay for the Ukraine war that has nothing to do with the U.S. in my opinion, but that's just how politics work, right? I guess it's beneficial for the market. You know, the more war the U.S. gets involved in, the more money they print, The more weapons they sell, more arm deals. It's all fugazi, man. It's all fugazi. This is the crazy thing in the world that we live in, man. Stark ranges between 0-20 to 2. UK has already been supplying Ukraine weapons and training troops. Yeah, it's freaking insane, bro. Yeah, now the US is getting involved. They did declare this the last couple of days ago. I think maybe at the max a week ago, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even less than that. I just literally read an article 3 days ago, I think it was. 3 days ago. It was actually 3 days ago now. Maybe 4 days now, depending on the day you're watching this. But yeah, the U.S. said, you know what, Ukraine's losing the war with Russia, so yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and step in and supply them and try to bail them out of this one. And that's with money. So it's probably going to be through weapons, maybe training, maybe, I mean, all of that's not going to be free. It's all going to cost money. So it's quite the Ponzi itself, man. It's quite a Ponzi itself. And it kind of sucks because worldwide, globally, we the people pay for it, whether you're in the US, in the UK, you're paying for it somehow, right? Whether it's through inflation, whether it's through more control, more manipulation, it gets paid somehow, right? So more war, the bullish the market gets, man. Defense stocks go up, politicians start making their money. It's all a freaking Ponzi, man, to be honest. So it's quite funny when people call crypto Ponzi, and I'm like, dude, have you ever looked at your freaking currency? Have you ever considered that being a Ponzi? I could assure you the US is one of the biggest Ponzis ever created, ever, in my opinion, because you have the Federal Reserve. Proxy wars of my days. Have you heard about Pixelmon? It was an airdrop. No, where was it on, and how do you get Pixelmon airdrop, man? It kind of sucks, man, because a lot of innocent people have to get hurt in the way through war. People that are actually fighting there, like people in the military who actually think they're making a difference. They're like fighting for the big dogs, like they're fighting for the kingpins freaking money, bro. It's kind of sad in my opinion. And then you have other countries where you're forced to go ahead and join the military, right? Which a lot of countries are like that, where you have to be forced to be enrolled in the military. And then those people get freaking hurt, and then innocent people, bystanders, get freaking bombed. And it's quite sad, man. It's quite sad how there has to be blood in the street in order for this market to pump. And it's actually really, really sad, in my opinion, that as people are dying and wars are going on, the market continues to make new all-time highs, right? So, yeah, talk about blood money, man. It's kind of effed up situation we live in a world globally of how all of this works. And I think as people start to wake up, which will probably be never, man, I'll be honest with you, there'll probably be a difference in the world. But until then, we'll continue with the same movement. This is the reason why you have to watch what the big players are doing. And while the big players are playing their games in war, they're pumping up the stock market. Have you heard about Pixelmon? Just shared a DM. Pretty cool. Awesome. Let's go ahead and see that DM real quick. Dude, why don't I not see any of these freaking messages, bro? Like, I didn't see any of these DMs. Sorry if I just burped into the mic, bro. Head over to Mono Protocol AI. That's really cool. Can you play this game? It kind of looks like PAL, dude. I've been playing PAL as of lately. Well, just yesterday I started playing PAL. Low-key, it's a pretty fun game. I feel like Pixelmon, I've heard of this, bro. Isn't Pixelmon an old project? Did they come out with a new one or what? How do you get airdropped, bro? This is really cool. I've never heard of it. Okay, how do you do it? Let's read it right here real quick. Miss Pixel and Mon is a new opportunity to get rich. Mon is a governing token of the Pixelmon ecosystem with confirmed airdrop. Cost 0, time 5 minutes, potential 4,000, 100%. Best guides. Don't forget to bookmark this thread. Be sure to follow this. Mon Protocol, a project by Pixelmon, which has received $8 million in investments from Anamaka Ventures, Spartan. That's pretty big, man. Tier 1 fund support, government tokens with utility, Web3 gaming is on hype. Yeah, I do agree with that. Airdrop is confirmed with 30% of the supply. Complete Mon missions 1 and 2. Head over to gain 200x experience by registering with my referral code. Connect your Twitter and spin the wheel. Collect XP. Complete mission 2. Complete task on Twitter. Link the wallet. Collect XP. Invite friends. Refer your invites with the comment below to the thread to gain more XP. Hope you follow this thread. Really cool, man. Really freaking cool. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try this off of camera because I'll have to sign in to my Twitter and all that, but that's freaking cool, man. If you have a referral code, bro, I would rather use your referral code than Alex Mason, but yeah, dude, go ahead and do that, Jonathan. But it's really freaking cool. With that being said, we'll see how the market reacts. As I mentioned, I typically don't trade this market during US hours anyways. It's probably the worst time to freaking trade, man. You don't want to be trading US hours. You want to be trading Asian session, and London session is the freaking best time to trade, bro. A lot of volatility and a lot of excitement in the market. With that being said, I hope all of you